Welcome back to Wellness Echo. Today, we're going to take a deeper look at habits that may seem small but actually have a powerful impact on both our body and mind, often more than we realize. I want you to take a moment to reflect on yourself, right now, in the chair you're sitting in. How long have you been sitting still? Do your legs feel heavy, or is your mind a little foggy? These sensations are not signs of weakness. They are your body sending subtle signals, reminding you that it needs attention and care. Let's start with a habit that many of us don't even notice, but is extremely important: sitting still for too long. Did you know that when we sit in one place for hours, our body begins to undergo very subtle changes? Blood circulation slows down, the smallest blood vessels are hindered, and this doesn't just make your legs feel heavy, it also reduces blood flow to the brain. Many people over 50, even over 60, often tell me that they feel dizzy when standing up, or experience a faint, foggy feeling in their head. This is the glymphatic system in the brain, the system that helps clean out waste, becoming less active. When we sit for long periods without moving, the brain doesn't receive enough oxygen and nutrients, and toxins start to build up in the body. This can make you feel fatigued and even increase the risk of leg swelling. It may sound hard to believe, but scientific studies show that even just a few tens of minutes of sitting still can be enough for the lymphatic system to stop working efficiently. Inflammation rises, the immune system becomes less responsive, and the body of older adults becomes more vulnerable. The second habit I want you to consider is hunching forward, especially when looking at your phone or computer all day. When you sit like this, your diaphragm, the primary muscle for deep breathing, is compressed, preventing you from taking in full oxygen. At the same time, the vagus nerve, which acts as a brake to help the body relax, is continuously stretched, activating the sympathetic nervous system. The result is elevated stress hormone cortisol. Prolonged high cortisol can make your heart race, raise blood pressure, make concentration difficult, and disrupt deep sleep. This is why many older adults feel exhausted all day, even if they sleep enough and exercise regularly. Next, let's talk about a sitting posture we're all familiar with: crossing your legs. I know this habit feels comfortable, even polite, but if you sit like this for too long, it puts significant pressure on the thigh arteries and veins, and paralyzes the second heart, your calf muscle pump, which helps blood return to the heart. When this pump stops working, blood doesn't flow back efficiently, leading to swollen ankles, heavy legs, and faster fatigue. Additionally, this posture can twist the pelvis and increase pressure on the sciatic nerve, causing pain to radiate from the buttocks down the thighs and calves, something many people over 60 experience after prolonged sitting. It is a silent culprit gradually weakening your legs without you realizing it. Another effect of sitting posture is on memory and concentration. When blood flow to the brain is reduced, particularly to the hippocampus, the area responsible for short-term memory and spatial orientation, you may find yourself forgetful, unfocused, or feeling in a fog. I've met many patients over 60 who say they just intended to do something but forget it, worrying that their brain is aging. In reality, much of this is because sitting habits reduce oxygen and nutrient delivery to the brain. Trust me, your memory isn't gone, it's just starving, and you can fully recover it by changing these small but crucial habits. To illustrate, let me tell you the story of Robert, a 78-year-old patient of mine. Robert was a retired accountant, proud of his intellect and problem-solving skills throughout his life. One day, he came to the clinic looking worried. He forgot why he entered a room, couldn't complete crossword puzzles, and felt his mind was shrouded in a smoky haze. The main culprit was poor sitting habits. He spent hours each day in his favorite chair, legs crossed, back slightly hunched, almost immobile while doing crosswords. Over the years, Robert had inadvertently developed 3 harmful habits simultaneously: frozen sitting, crossing legs, and hunching forward. We started by changing his sitting posture, not with medication, but with simple principles I call active sitting. At first, it felt strange and uncomfortable, but within a week, his body adapted. A month later, his mind felt sharper. 3 months later, he completed a challenging crossword he never dared try before. He told me, tears in his eyes, "Robert is back." His brain wasn't weak, it had simply been deprived of oxygen and nutrients, and now, with better posture, it was functioning strongly again. So, what are the principles to revive yourself in a chair? First, always support your spine. Sit close to the backrest. Maintain the natural curve of your lower back. If the chair is deep, use a small rolled towel for support. Second, keep your feet firmly on the floor, legs parallel, no crossing. Keep the second heart, your calf muscles, active to promote circulation. Finally, give your body small but regular movements. Every 20 to 30 minutes, rotate your ankles, tilt your pelvis, roll your shoulders, or stretch your legs. Just a few seconds, and blood, lymph, and oxygen start flowing again, nourishing your brain and making you feel alert. You see, the chair is not your enemy. It can be a powerful tool to nurture your body, if used correctly. Everything I've shared today, from recognizing frozen sitting, paying attention to posture, avoiding crossed legs, to small movements that improve circulation, is the first step to maintaining health, memory, and leg strength for years to come. Remember, your body is the most precious gift you've ever received. When you listen to it and care for it with small but correct actions, you not only preserve physical health but also nourish your mind, confidence, and joy in every step, every breath, and every day of life. You know, it's quite surprising that even when you think you're just sitting still to rest, your body is undergoing subtle but very real changes. Imagine your body as a flowing river. When you sit motionless, the river begins to stagnate, small streams get blocked, and critical areas like your brain, hips, and legs start to receive less oxygen and nutrients. From here, many signs that we often overlook begin to appear. Heavy legs, brief back pain, slight memory lapses, or a somewhat sluggish mind. These signs are not inevitable aging, they are your body's way of saying, "Pay attention to me." I want to focus on a habit that very few people notice: sitting still for long periods, often called frozen sitting. It sounds harmless, but the consequences are significant. When you sit too long without moving, blood doesn't reach the brain efficiently, leading to a foggy mind, occasional dizziness, and a sense of mental heaviness. Even completely healthy individuals may notice slight changes in their mental state, such as slower reactions or a heavy feeling in the head, after just 30 minutes of continuous sitting. Moreover, the glymphatic system, responsible for cleansing waste in the brain, becomes less active, causing toxin buildup, prolonged fatigue, and difficulty concentrating. This explains why many older adults feel their memory is declining, when in fact their brain is simply not receiving enough oxygen and nutrients. It's not just the brain that suffers. When you sit for long periods, the lymphatic system, which has no pump of its own and relies entirely on body movement, also stops working effectively. This system plays a key role in removing waste and fighting inflammation. When lymph flow slows, toxins accumulate, systemic inflammation rises, legs swell, and immunity decreases. You may find yourself more easily fatigued, recovering more slowly after exercise, and sometimes experiencing worse joint inflammation. In truth, this habit that seems like rest can actually stress your body more than you think. And that's not all. One lesser-known effect is how sitting affects stress hormones. When you hunch or bend forward for long periods, your body slightly activates the sympathetic nervous system, causing cortisol, the stress hormone, to rise. Prolonged elevated cortisol can increase heart rate, raise blood pressure, reduce focus, and disrupt sleep. Even just 15 minutes of poor posture can trigger these responses. I often tell my patients, we can't assume that just sleeping enough will undo the damage caused by poor posture. The body reacts immediately, and if this habit continues daily, stress becomes a silent part of life, leaving the body fatigued and the brain less capable of recovery. Next, let's pay attention to the legs. Sitting with legs crossed, a habit many find comfortable and polite, is actually a silent culprit causing numbness, swelling, and varicose veins. Crossing your legs compresses the thigh arteries, shutting down the calf pump, which prevents blood from returning efficiently to the heart. The result is heavy, tired legs, and sometimes swollen ankles. Additionally, this posture rotates the pelvis and increases pressure on the sciatic nerve, causing pain to radiate from the buttocks down the thighs and calves, a common problem for people over 60 after long periods of sitting. This explains why sometimes when you stand up after a few hours of sitting, your legs tingle or ache, even though they felt fine before. More importantly, sitting posture can directly impact short-term memory. When the brain receives less oxygen, especially in the hippocampus, the ability to remember and process information diminishes. You may forget tasks you just intended to do, struggle to focus, or feel your mind stifled. I've met many patients over 60 who thought their memory was declining due to aging, but in reality, their brain simply wasn't receiving enough oxygen or proper movement. When they changed their sitting habits, memory improved noticeably, and mental clarity returned. To illustrate, let me tell you about Robert, a 78-year-old patient of mine. Robert was once a sharp accountant, But recently he began forgetting tasks he had just planned, feeling his mind foggy and unable to concentrate enough to solve crossword puzzles as before. The cause was not age, but sitting habits. Frozen sitting, crossed legs, minimal movement, and hours of hunching forward each day. We started by adjusting his posture according to the principle of active sitting. At first, Robert found it strange and uncomfortable, but after a few weeks, he began noticing a difference. His legs felt lighter, his mind clearer, and his brain more alert. After 3 months, he completed a challenging crossword that he had previously thought impossible and joyfully told me, "Robert is back." His story is living proof of the body's ability to recover when cared for properly. Now, I want you to imagine your chair not as an obstacle to your body, but as a tool for restoration. To achieve this, remember 3 simple but highly effective principles. Support your spine. Sit close to the backrest and maintain the natural curve of your lower back. If the chair is deep, a small rolled towel can help support it. Keep your feet firmly on the floor, legs parallel, not crossed. This keeps your second heart, the calf muscles, active, promotes blood flow, and reduces swelling. Micromovements. Every 20 to 30 minutes, rotate your ankles, tilt your pelvis, roll your shoulders, or stretch your legs for just a few seconds. The effects last all day. Blood circulates, oxygen reaches the brain, lymph moves, and both body and mind feel alert. When you truly practice these steps, you'll realize that health, memory, and energy are not distant goals. They start with small daily choices. How you sit, how you move, and how you listen to your body. Most importantly, you'll understand that your body always has the capacity to recover, as long as you respect and care for it in the right way. Now, as we've taken a deeper look at how sitting posture affects health, I want you to take a moment to tune in to your body. Place your hands on your thighs, feel your legs, hips, back, and even your heartbeat. What do you notice? Do you feel a little lighter, or is there still tension? This attention is the first step to truly listening to your body. What I want to emphasize, especially for those over 50 or 60, is that it is never too late to make a change. Robert, a 78-year-old patient of mine, is living proof. He once thought that declining memory was inevitable, that age had taken away his focus and creativity. But with small, simple adjustments in sitting posture, not crossing his legs, keeping his back straight, and adding small movements every 20 to 30 minutes, he restored his mental clarity, health, and memory. Things that may seem unrelated, like how you sit, actually have a significant impact on your brain health, your legs, and your daily energy. Imagine this. Every day, you spend a few minutes sitting correctly, supporting your spine, keeping your feet firmly on the floor, and moving gently. Blood flows better, oxygen and nutrients reach the brain more efficiently, the lymphatic system starts moving, and your body begins to self-heal in ways you once thought only medication or intense exercise could achieve. All of this starts with awareness and small daily actions. Like any skill, active sitting takes time for the body to adapt. At first, you may feel strange, or your legs may want to cross, your back may want to slouch. But be patient. Think of each small adjustment as a gift to yourself, a way of telling your body, "I respect you, I will take care of you." And when you truly listen to your body, you'll notice your energy returning, your legs feeling lighter, your mind clearer, and your sleep deeper. Sometimes, we focus so much on anti-aging or maintaining health through medicine, supplements, or intense workouts. But in reality, everyday habits are just as important. How you sit, how you move, how you listen to your body, all play a critical role in long-term health. And here's the key. Small, conscious changes, when done consistently, have more power than any other method. Remember, your body is never outdated or beyond repair. It just needs circulation, oxygen, movement, and respect. By practicing active sitting every day, you're not only protecting your legs, cardiovascular health, and short-term memory, but also nurturing your mind, confidence, and joy with every step. Now, I invite you to ask yourself, today, what will I do to take care of my body? Maybe it's sitting with a straight back for a few more minutes, stretching your legs after an hour, or simply reminding yourself not to cross your legs while reading. Start with a small but meaningful action, and gradually these actions will become habits that make a significant difference for your health. Remember, your body is the most precious gift you've ever received. Every day you take care of it properly, you're preserving that gift, giving yourself energy, health, and clarity to live fully. Let your chair become a place of nourishment, not a source of strain. Let your moments of sitting be an opportunity for your body and brain to recharge, so every step, every breath, and every thought is full of energy. Before we finish, I want to share a simple but important message. Care for your body with attention, patience, and love. Every small movement, every adjustment in posture, every deep breath is a way of respecting yourself and the gift that life has given you. And when you do this, you'll see that age is not a barrier, but an opportunity to live smarter, healthier, and more fully. So today, start with the chair you're sitting on. Take a deep breath, stretch your legs, straighten your back, and remind yourself, I will care for my body, day by day, moment by moment, to live healthy, alert, and fully. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. Our community, myself, and everyone listening are walking alongside you, learning together how to respect and nurture the body, the most precious gift you've ever had. Let today be the beginning of a new habit, where your chair is no longer a place of fatigue, but a source of renewed energy, memory, and health. Small changes, yet their impact can be enormous. Start now.